think a lot of us use the opportunity to share a lot of memories, and in Abba's memory, just want to continue doing the things that he would have liked to see us do. Got it?
I heard you counted up how many times.
Ricky?
Never felt what to say.
No, I like public speaking. No experience.
There are many things that we learned from Abba, as a friend, as a father, a grandfather, as a brother. So many different relationships that he managed to juggle as a great grandfather. So many relationships that he managed to juggle. Father, grandfather, great grandfather, uncle, cousin, neighbor, friend, father-in-law,
Husband.
husband, anyone else? Landlord. The Avela process is definitely something that's meant to help us inculcate the lessons and spend an awful lot of time thinking about perhaps things that we should have thought about earlier. And without the distractions, and that's one of the things that Avela sort of helps us do, without all the distractions of life, to be able to focus on what was. It's amazing, I guess, having the opportunity to have a child born this year, being blessed with a son named Baruch. The juxtaposition of the celebration of life and the celebration of death. There are very few things that the Torah actually uses the words specifically that are tov. And in fact, death is actually referred to being very good, which is quite an ironic statement from the Torah. But death gives us the urgency of life. When you sort of have that opportunity to reflect, if we lived forever, we'd never have to make any decisions. So we have the opportunity to reflect and feel the urgency of life, and I think that we all felt the urgency of life since Abba's accident. Life paused. I'll never really be able to. The house in Norma, there was a pause button pressed. The magazines, the same magazines from the week of the accident. The photos of our kids, the age of. And yet there's an awful lot to celebrate. An awful lot to be proud of, an awful lot to remember. And we know that tzaddikim afilu b'misasam kuram chayim. Abba, Saba, great-grandfather Saba is still alive. Not necessarily physically, but through his deeds and his actions that he put into the world, and through us, his friends, his relatives, his descendants, who carry on his messages. Two specific things that I just want to mention that I think that for me were not always so easy, still not so easy, but I think this year helped me and also helped me understand Abba a bit more. With Abba there was never if, it was how. There was always a solution, it just required a little bit of figuring out how to do it. Something in the trunk would do it. I'm not sure which tool to use, but we'll figure it out. WD-40 seems to solve most things. But it wasn't about if, it was about how. was a problem solver, solution maker, and he taught that to us. And the second thing was the consistency. For davening, for learning in his own way, for his family, consistency every day, no matter the weather, the time, the location. If it was easier, it was hard. I know some people will think that I'm crazy, but I didn't really think it was possible to be on time for shul for an entire year, 3 times a day. It's not possible. I'm busy, I'm juggling, and thank God 8 kids and a job, and I can't do it, but I did it. And he always reminded us that it's possible. Maybe those 2 things go together. It's the right thing to do. Perhaps, even though I said 2, maybe that's the 3rd thing that I actually thought to mention earlier. Because he believed in doing the right thing no matter who was there, no matter what it looked like to people, no matter who was watching or who wasn't watching. Doing the right thing came first. And that, as children, that sometimes was quite embarrassing. But we learned that that was certainly the way to act, no matter what. No matter who was watching. And we know that when we act in his way, when we act the way he taught us, that brings an enormous amount of good into this world and his merit. And that Hashem, his memory will be blessed and elevated through our deeds and through all the goodness and kindness that he instilled into this world.